Okay, so Bangtan just dropped something, and the internet has not recovered. Not even a little bit. A 17-minute video titled BTS Hooligan 2.0 dance practice sketch went live on the official Bangtan channel, and within just 16 hours, it had already crossed 1.5 million views. 1.5 million in 16 hours. And if you're wondering why ARMY collectively lost their minds the moment that upload notification hit, stay with me, because we are breaking down everything in this video. And yes, we are absolutely talking about Jimin. Before we get into it, if you are new here, welcome to this channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now because we cover BTS content the moment it drops, and you do not want to miss a single thing. And if you're already part of this community, drop a purple heart in the comments right now so I know you're here. Let's get into it. First, let's establish what this video actually is, because there's a difference that matters a lot. Back in April, Bangtan already released the official dance practice videos for both Hooligan and 2.0 separately. Those were the clean, full camera, full formation videos where you could see all 7 members locked in, every formation crisp, every transition polished. Those videos were incredible on their own. But this new sketch video that just dropped? This is something completely different. A sketch video in BTS content language means behind-the-scenes footage. It means the raw, unfiltered, candid moments that happen before the cameras are supposed to be rolling. It means the laughing, the goofing around, the members being themselves when they think nobody is paying that much attention. And if you know anything about ARMY culture, you know that these sketch videos often contain the most golden moments in the entire BTS content library. Because this is where we see the real them. And that is exactly why 1.5 million people hit play within 16 hours of this video going up. Now let me give you some context about why Hooligan and 2.0 specifically are such a big deal, because if you're newer to this era, this matters. Both songs are B-sides from BTS's 10th studio album Rewatching, which dropped on March 20th, 2026. And we need to talk about what it means that big hit and Bangtan chose to give not one but 2 B-sides this level of dedicated content treatment. Think about it. They didn't do this for just any track. They didn't drop a sketch video for the obvious title tracks. They chose Hooligan and 2.0. Hooligan quickly became one of the most streamed and most loved B-sides from the entire Rewatching album. It took on a life of its own on social media from the moment the album released. The choreography for Hooligan was described by fans across TikTok as being in, quote, full mafia mode, and people could not stop talking about how intense and precise the formations were. And 2.0, produced by Michael Made It, carried this completely different energy, more raw, more urgent, and its music video when it released on April 1st had people breaking down every single reference in every single frame. These 2 songs together represent a very specific side of BTS, the side that is not trying to be palatable or commercial but is just fully themselves. So the fact that Bangtan gave us a 17-minute sketch video specifically for these 2 songs is already significant. It tells you these songs matter to the members too. Now let's talk about what happens in the sketch video, and specifically let's talk about the moment that sent ARMY into a spiral. Because there is a reason why the clips of Jimin in this video started circulating on TikTok almost immediately after the upload. One of the most widely shared moments from this sketch, the one that fans have been captioning and reposting and adding to compilation threads since last night, comes right at the beginning. According to multiple fans who watched the video and immediately posted their reactions, whoever was filming or narrating the sketch mentioned that Jimin and Jungkook, quote, started playing as soon as the button was pressed. Let that land for a second. The moment the recording began, before the actual practice session kicked in, before the music came on, Jimin was already in full chaotic energy mode. And Jungkook was right there with him. If you are an ARMY, you already know that this combination, Jimin and Jungkook in a practice room with a camera rolling, is basically a guaranteed moment. These 2 have a chemistry that has been documented across years and years of Bangtan content. They feed off each other's energy in a way that makes every behind-the-scenes video they're both in 10 times more entertaining than it already would be. And this sketch video apparently wasted absolutely 0 time before delivering on that promise. But here's what makes this so much more than just a funny opening moment. What makes this Jimin moment hit differently is because of who Jimin is as a dancer and as a performer. We have to talk about what it means to see ParkJimin in a practice room setting. When you watch Jimin in the official dance practice video for Hooligan, what you see is a performer who is so completely controlled, so deeply precise, that every single movement looks intentional down to the millisecond. Rolling Stone recognized this in their May 2026 BTS cover, acknowledging Jimin's standing as one of the defining dancers of his generation. His solo work, his performances throughout the Rewatching World Tour, his choreography history across the entire BTS discography, every piece of evidence points to the same thing. This is a man who takes the art of movement more seriously than almost anyone in the industry. So when a sketch video catches him being goofy, being playful, being silly the moment the camera turns on, it's not just cute, it's revelatory, because it shows you the full picture. The level of dedication and seriousness that produces that kind of artistry is not at odds with the personality that immediately goes into play mode the second a friend is nearby. Both things are true at the same time. And ARMY has always loved Jimin most completely when they get to see both. This is not the first time a behind-the-scenes BTS video has given us this kind of Jimin moment, and that history is part of why this new sketch video hits so hard. Think back to 2024 when BTS dropped the Muse dance practice behind video on Bangtan. That video gave fans a window into Jimin's process during his solo album era, and what they saw was a man who showed up for rehearsal with ideas ready, who talked through formations with his choreographer, who discussed camera angles and transitions with the precision of a director, and who also, in the very same session, played basketball with his backup dancers and got genuinely competitive about winning. He is both of those people simultaneously, and fans who have been following him know that this duality is not a contradiction. It's the whole point. The playfulness is not a break from the dedication. The playfulness is how Jimin breathes. It's how he keeps the energy alive in a room for hours and hours of hard physical work. And the Hooligan and 2.0 sketch video appears to be giving us another chapter of exactly that. Let's also talk about what this video represents in a bigger context, because it's not just about one funny moment or even about Jimin specifically. The fact that this sketch video exists at all, and the fact that it arrived when it did, in June 2026, during BTS Festa season, which is BTS's annual anniversary celebration period, says something important. Festa 2026 has been running since June 4th, and the amount of content Big Hit and Bangtan have been releasing for ARMY during this period is remarkable. We got the normal log series, where each member shared candid daily footage as their personal contribution to the 13th anniversary celebrations. We got the Hooligan official performance video dropping on June 5th. We got the B-sides film on June 8th. And now, on June 19th, we get the sketch video for Hooligan and 2.0 that runs for 17 full minutes, and delivers the kind of member moments that remind you why you fell in love with this group in the first place. This is not an accident. This is Big Hit understanding its audience, understanding what ARMY needs, and delivering it with extraordinary precision. These sketch videos are not just content. They are relationship maintenance. They are the bridge that keeps ARMY connected to the members during a period when the group is also managing the intensity of a world tour, individual activities, and a 13th anniversary that carries enormous emotional weight. And let's be real for a second. A world tour of the scale BTS is currently running is not a small thing. The Rewatching World Tour has been one of the most ambitious and demanding performances of their career. The concerts in Busan earlier this month at Asia's main stadium were a homecoming in the most profound sense of the word. Hooligan was performed live in those concerts. Fans who were there in Busan, and fans who watched the streams and the fan cams, all talked about how different Hooligan feels in a live setting versus in the studio recordings. There is a rawness to that choreography when you see it performed in real time in front of tens of thousands of people that you simply cannot replicate in a music video or a studio dance practice clip. So now, to have a sketch video arrive in the days after those Busan concerts, showing the members in the practice room working through that same choreography, there is a full circle quality to it that ARMY is absolutely feeling right now. You can trace the journey from this practice room footage all the way to that stage in Busan, and that tracing is emotional. Now, the TikTok response to this video has been instant and overwhelming, as you would expect. Fans started clipping moments almost immediately after the upload, and the Jimin and Jungkook opening energy has already generated its own wave of reaction videos and focus cuts. One fan on TikTok framed the opening quote as their entire personality for the next week. Another fan described the way Jimin moves even in the informal practice moments as the reason why no other idol occupies the same space in their brain. That's not an exaggeration. That's a real thing that ARMY has been saying for years, and the sketch video is giving fresh ammunition for it. Because Jimin in a practice room, even when he's playing around, even when he's joking with Jungkook before the actual session begins, still moves with a quality that is fundamentally different. It's not something he can turn off. The training is in the body. The artistry is in every gesture, even the casual ones. And when you watch 17 minutes of him in this kind of unguarded setting, you see that over and over again. If you haven't watched the sketch video yet, I genuinely want you to go watch it right now. Pause this video, go watch it, come back, and tell me in the comments which moment got you. Because I promise you there is a moment that is going to get you. There is always a moment in a BTS practice room video that you are not prepared for, and this one is 17 minutes long, which means there is approximately 17 opportunities for something to wreck you emotionally, or make you laugh until your stomach hurts, or both at the same time. That's the BTS sketch video experience. That has always been the BTS sketch video experience. And the fact that we are 3 years into the Ararang era, and they are still delivering content at this level, content that makes 1.5 million people stop everything they're doing within 16 hours of an upload, should tell you everything you need to know about why this group is who they are. Let's also give some credit to what Hooligan is as a song, because the choreography that is being practiced in this sketch video deserves that context. Hooligan is a B-side that punches at title track level. It's an alternative hip-hop track that has the swaggering, group energy that feels like all 7 members decided to just fully commit to chaos in the best possible way. The credits on that song include RM, Suga, and J-Hope as songwriters alongside El Guincho and a team of collaborators, which means this is very much a song that BTS had ownership over in the creation process. And Jungkook is also credited as a songwriter on Hooligan, which adds another layer to why he and Jimin going chaotic the moment practice begins feels right. These are people who helped make the song. They know every corner of it. When they play around in the practice room before running through the choreography, they are not treating it casually. They are treating it like it belongs to them. Because it does. And 2.0, which is the other song featured in this sketch video, brings a completely different energy. Produced by Michael Made It, which is already a statement about the sonic direction, 2.0 has this compressed, urgent hip-hop feel that the official dance practice video translated into sharp, precise choreography. The contrast between Hooligan and 2.0 as back-to-back practice sessions in the same sketch is actually fascinating. One song is all about collective swagger and group formations that look like a synchronized force. The other is tighter, more compact, more about individual performance within the group. And watching the members navigate those two different energies within the same sketch video is a look at how professionally and how physically they process completely different types of choreography in the same room on the same day. That is the kind of thing that only a sketch video can show you. The official dance practice gives you the finished product. The sketch gives you the workshop. Now I want to address something that a lot of people are feeling right now when they watch this video, and it's not just excitement. For a long-time ARMY, there is also something a little bittersweet about content like this. Because behind-the-scenes practice room footage is the kind of content that reminds you of every other time you've sat with your phone watching BTS be exactly this version of themselves. It connects you back to every old banged-in video you've ever watched. Every other time you watch them warm up and joke around, and then suddenly lock in and give you something that made your breath catch. This sketch video is part of a long, unbroken chain of those moments, and being a witness to it in 2026, in year 13 of this group's existence, knowing everything they've been through as individuals and as a group, that hits differently. It doesn't diminish the joy at all. It actually amplifies it, because these moments are rarer and more precious than they once seemed, and ARMY knows that now in a way they maybe didn't always. Jimin specifically, watching him in this context in 2026, carries the weight of everything ARMY knows about his journey. They know how hard he worked to establish himself, not just as a member of the world's biggest group, but as a solo artist with a body of work that stands on its own. They know what his solo discography has meant. They know what the Ararang World Tour has asked of all of them physically and creatively. And they know, because they have watched him in enough behind-the-scenes footage to read it clearly, that his playfulness in a practice room is not despite all of that. It is the evidence that all of that work has not broken him. That he still shows up to the practice room as a whole person. That he and Jungkook can still start messing around the second the button gets pressed, after all of it, and that the joy is real. That is not a small thing. That is, in many ways, the most important thing that a sketch video can show you. So what do you do after watching this? First, you go watch it if you haven't already. Second, you share it. Third, you let yourself feel however it makes you feel, because that's allowed. And then, if you want to keep talking about this, you are absolutely in the right place. This channel is here for exactly this. Every BTS video that drops, every moment that needs to be discussed and broken down and celebrated and felt, we are here for all of it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on your notifications so you never miss an upload, and leave me a comment telling me the one Jimin moment from this sketch video that had you rewinding. I already know the comment section is going to be incredible. Because you all are ARMY, and ARMY does not miss a single thing. 17 minutes of Jimin, Jungkook, and the rest of BTS in a practice room working through two of the most beloved B-sides from the Erarang album, arriving at 1.5 million views in 16 hours, dropping in the middle of Festa season, in the era of the homecoming Busan concerts, in year 13 of this group. If you needed proof that BTS and ARMY are still in this together at full capacity, this sketch video is your proof. And Jimin starting to play the second the button was pressed, that's not just a cute moment, that's a message. He's still here, he's still himself, and ARMY is still watching every single second.